afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast Lehr with me, our host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda here of Reich and Lord of Instruction. Covering here today the Sturmpioneers. Yes, indeed, there's been several changes with them since the release of them back some time ago, and I think around that sort of cover how they are basically updated. There's basically been one really huge change here with the latest patch, and that is basically the patch X, something that happened back in the sort of beta test stage. Way back, sort of partly an assault unit, but also anti-tank team. They lost that. They went into the forces. The problem was they never really sort of regained then the experience levels. There was punching. They sort of dropped, which basically meant they met it up really slowly. Basically, with this, they now have an option to activate something up faster. And that, I think, to a large extent, rather makes a difference with the Sturmpioneers. Of course, you also then finally have a third upgrade through Firestorm, which adds a flamethrower, meaning, again, they're sort of really flexible infantry. They are basically sort of the glow for the Oberkommando West. They're sort of what you're throwing there to an extent. I mean, they're not quite Pentagon level infantry, but they're sort of close to it in terms of their assault rifle firepower. They lack grenades initially, but can eventually gain their concussive grenade. They can cut wire with the right package to help repair. They can put down medical supplies. I mean, they can salvage, they can do a lot of things. They also built your defenses, your part wire, your flat emplacements, your trenches. Again, they are the old men in the sense, I mean, they're basically sort of dependent to the Panzergrenadiers from the old Panzer Elite back in Companies 1. Again, they are the chaps that do all of the work. Some people have said, this is bad, but I think rather it fits in with the Oberkommandos. They rather need, an all-purpose unit. And the Sturmpioneers, they're not easy to spam. They're 300 manpower, a bit slow to train, but again, they do pack a decent punch if utilized properly. Overall, the best instances are short to medium range. Again, depending on what unit engagement, though, you might also want to fight a long range. For example, I don't know, something with submachine guns. But even then, I mean, overall, just use the ranges again. Anything, the rifle, bolt action, semi-automatic, you want to sort of try and get close, of course, using terrain to minimize shots. Anything with, submachine guns, anything that's sort of in that range, you want to sort of say medium range, sort of roughly. That sort of basically sort of covers how to use the Sturmpioneers most effectively. And again, with a Panzer Strike, you can eventually up fast. Again, that means they basically become even better infantry. So that 2-4, that 2-5, they do gain a bunch of bonuses or become pretty good troops. And again, with concussive grenade, they can also control battles and flush units out reasonably well. So again, very tough, purposeful units. Again, the Panzer Strike really was sort of the thing. They need 90 munitions, allows them to help deal with vehicles. Overall, quite nice. And again, gives a bit of effect. And again, you also get the support package, which allows to spot mines, cut wire, and repairing faster. Also very helpful upgrade, they've got vehicles to fit. I mean, in that sense, again, you can also use them basically cover up for whatever your truck, for example, don't get. Go for Battle Group Headquarters first. Get this one, the support package from one squad to help repair vehicles. Go for the Mechanized Regiment. Be sure to at least get one Veterans 1 to lay down medical supplies so you can heal your troops that way. Again, very flexible unit, can sort of fill a lot of gaps in your defense. And again, you're dealing with opponents that really dig in a lot. You can, for example, say, have Firestorm ready, go for the Flamme F-35, and that way use them to flush out units there. So again, very tough purpose, multi-purpose unit. Very strong unit if handled properly. Not very well handled, of course, it's just going to be a huge waste of manpower. But again, utilized properly, the Sturmpioneers are a force to be reckoned with overall. And of course, to fight them, I mean, basically in terms of range, just do the inverse of what I said, either fight them at longer range with rifle units or try to get up close with the submachine gun. So again, use terrain to try and minimize the amount of shots you can take from the Sturmpioneers. And also try to be much since they are expensive to train and they're expensive to reinforce. I mean, again, you can do that. You can also do a bit of damage there to your opponent. And of course, be watchful of Panzer Strikes whenever they might happen. Again, if you see someone with a support package, try to kill them. Since again, they can quickly fix up vehicles, in particular with the veterancy, they do gain bonuses to repairing things. I mean, veterancy for these Sturmpioneers, for the support package, for example, can very quickly do it. Of course, without the Panzer Strike, they do veterancy out a bit slow, and that's still the key to them. So again, you want to preserve them properly since they can die reasonably quickly. But again, done correctly, strong unit, a lot of purposes, and can do a lot to strengthen your game in the longer term. Usually, you'll want to augment them in the early game with some Volksgrenadiers or a Kubelwagen. For example, Sturmpioneer Kubelwagen is a very good sort of offensive move to go for cut-off points and really try and harass your opponent, keep on the back foot there in the early game. So that's, for example, an option. Of course, working with Volksgrenadiers, you can use the Volksgrenadiers to keep the enemy occupied and use the Sturmpioneers to flank in, quickly sort of dealing with them when, where the cover doesn't quite cover them. So again, a sort of useful unit, many purposes, and many abilities. But again, it is a bit of a tricky unit that requires a lot more to learn to gain the full understanding of, exactly because it has so many purposes and essentially can do so many duties depending on things. So do keep that in mind. But again, very strong unit, used correctly, otherwise it's just going to bleed you out. So there you go. I think that rather covers the Sturmpioneer here. Hopefully this has been educational, giving some ideas how to use it and how not to use it. If it has, subscribe, like, share it, and so on. If you do like what I do here with my videos, do consider donating. Every little bit helps me to keep making videos day after day. So do consider it. Links are in the video description. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers and see you all another time. Bye.